Getting the highest price for your cars will simply make you more money. And that's exactly what I've obsessed over for the last 6 years of flipping cars. So in this video, we're gonna go over how you can make a car worth an insanely high price, how to actually get that price with the perfect listing, and how to convince someone to buy it. Starting with step one, fix high impact issues. These are the problems with your car that are cheap to fix, but add massive value to it. Some ideas of things that are definitely worth fixing are faded headlights, because all you do is sand them down and recoat. Replace cheap broken parts like trim or mirrors. It only takes a few minutes and it's going to complete the car. If the floor mats are gross, you can get new ones or just remove them. For any paint chips, you can fill them in with a paint pen. Faded plastics can easily be fixed by using a plastic restorer. And look out for things like this on your car that you can easily fix without much effort. But by far the best way to increase a car's value is by cleaning it so well it looks brand new. Then when someone comes to buy your car, they fall in love with it over any other car. Most people sell their cars dirty, but it's just such an easy way to increase a car's value, and it'll make the listing photos look so much better. It doesn't increase the car's true value, but its perceived price goes up, meaning most people are going to pay $500 more for a clean one without even thinking. It'll make a buyer more interested and more likely to buy it as well. It's like if you went to a thrift shop, you find some jeans you like and you buy them. But if it's got dirt all over it, even though you could wash it, you'll start thinking about the person who wore it before, how gross they were. And now that you think about it, it's not as good looking. You probably wouldn't even think about buying it in the first place. You just glance right over it and go to the next jeans that look brand new. There's also high impact issues that aren't as easy or cheap to fix, but they're still worth it. Like check engine lights are a big one. If a car has an engine light on, 90% of people won't even think to buy it, no matter the reason. What they're looking for is a car with nothing wrong so they can buy it and drive it. They don't want to have to spend all this money on your car and then instantly have to go to a mechanic to spend even more. Plus things like massive dents, missing parts, or just overall problems with the car. If the car isn't running good or making weird noises, it's going to be significantly harder to sell. On to step two. Avoid negative value problems. Look out for these and avoid them at all costs. This is something wrong with your car that isn't worth it to fix. Something that if you fix, you lose money. Like if there's a few dings on your $2,000 car, fixing it will cost several $100s. But even though you fixed it, the car isn't going to be worth several $100s more to the seller. Maybe only a few hundred. Some other things that might not be worth fixing is when you have to fully repaint something. That'll cost close to $1,000. And if it didn't look that bad before, why would you do it? Or anything that isn't very noticeable is usually not worth it to fix, unless it's cheap and easy to do. Or maybe there's a crack in your windshield, but it's hardly visible. Just leave it alone. It's usually going to be something that's not a huge problem in a buyer's mind. And the cheaper the car, the more you can get away with not fixing, because it's expected. I helped the client with this when I saw the mistake he was making. He would be fixing all the small stuff with his car, but he'd go way too in depth, spending money on getting panels repainted that weren't even that bad, bringing his car to the mechanic to do general preventative maintenance the cars didn't even need. He thought it was a good idea because in the listing he'd be able to say, I have this perfect car for you and it's all fixed up. And so he thought that'd get him a higher price. Well, it did get him a higher price, but he won't ever get as much as he spent on fixing it. He could have just avoided doing any of those things and gotten a higher profit but a lower overall price. People only really care if a car runs good when they buy it. Yeah, it's a bonus if it's better, but it's not going to make them pay thousands of dollars more. So avoid fixing negative value problems and fix every high impact issue with a car you can find. Now let's move to step three, saving money on your cars. And there's two ways to do this. First, instead of buying brand new original parts, you can buy them aftermarket for less, or you can buy used ones. Nobody cares or even notice that something was replaced with a used part. All that matters is that it works as intended. To find cheap parts, you can often save like 80% by going to junkyards or looking for used parts on eBay or buying new parts on sites like Rock Auto and Amazon. And where I find some really cheap parts is on Facebook part outs. It's when a car is broken and someone will post it on Facebook offering to sell the parts for cheap. All you do is look up your car model. Second, when buying parts, consider fixing things that are broken instead of buying new ones. Sometimes you can rebuild or restore a part for a lot cheaper than buying it new. Like faded headlights. You can sand them down and recoat them to look just as good as new, instead of just buying new ones. Or a cracked windshield, instead of buying a whole new windshield, you can fix it yourself with a windshield repair kit. And it'd be dumb to buy a new tire when there's a nail in it, when you could just repair or get it repaired. So why would you do it with anything else like that? But do know that you can overdo this. Saving money's cool, but it's not as cool when you spend hours just to save a few dollars. For example, you can spend money washing your car by yourself, spending over an hour on it, or you could spend $10 in 3 minutes of your time driving through a car wash to get the same results. I'd say the car wash is a much better option, even though it costs a little money. When I first started, I'd look for the absolutely lowest price parts online. Then I'd buy them. But it's really not as good as it sounds. I'd then have to wait sometimes weeks for them to be shipped. I now learned it's much better to pay a little more for faster shipping or find a place that ships faster like Amazon. With your car fully fixed up to maximize its value, you now have to show its value through a well-made listing. So step 4 is creating an amazing listing. The difference from an average listing to a great one is huge. I had a friend that was selling a car recently and his listing was horrible. I asked him how many messages he gotten. 4. And all of them went nowhere. I took new photos and wrote a description for him. And after posting it, he got over 20 messages and it sold 2 days later. With a good listing, you'll get many more messages and the people that message you will be more likely to buy. In this process, there's 5 parts you need to follow. Number 1, decide the price. This is the first thing you do before anything else. Find the price you're gonna list the car at. This needs to be well thought out, because if you pick the wrong price, you can end up losing thousands on it. But forget how much you spent on the car. All that matters is its current value. To find it, simply look at other cars that are for sale that are similar to yours in terms of mileage and condition. Let's say they're going anywhere from $4,000 all the way up to $6,000. The ones at $6,000 at the top are overpriced and won't sell. If they do, it'll take weeks. So the sweet spot is somewhere around $5,000 to get the most out of it, while not having to wait a long time for it to sell. The higher the price, the longer it's going to take to sell. I know you want the most money for your car, but if you overprice it, it's not going to sell at all. And the way to get your car to sell over other people's similar cars at the same price is by having a better pictures and descriptions. So number 2 is taking quality pictures of your car. If there's 2 exact cars, they're gonna choose yours because of the better looking pictures. It just makes the car look better overall, even if it's the same car. Here's the best way to take pictures of your car. First off, make sure it was just washed. Then take it to a nice neighborhood. I used to take my cars to a cool view because it makes the picture better, but the person looking for a car is looking for a car, not a cool picture. And in a good neighborhood, it makes it look like your car was well taken care of. Like when I'm looking for cars and I see a seemingly perfect car, but if it's in a bad neighborhood or ugly looking place, it makes me scared that the car might have some hidden issues, or when I get there, it's not gonna be as good as it seems. Because that's usually just how it goes when these things happen. Now, take the pictures of the car vertical, as most people look at them on their phones. It'll just make the pictures a little bigger. Your picture should have the car at a 3/4 angle, not cutting off any parts of the car. Then go throughout the car and continue taking nice looking photos on every part of it. Don't just take low effort ones in a minute. And don't forget places like the trunk, the engine bay, and the wheels. Number 3 is the description, which I think is actually more important than the photos. You include all the specifics about the car, such as describing its condition, what's good about it, and if there's anything wrong, briefly mention it. Because if you don't, they'll show up and be disappointed. But if you do, they might not mind as much because they already knew about it. Your goal with the rest of the description is to answer common potential questions the buyers have. Like, is there any problems? How many miles does it have? Does it have an oil leak? What trim model is it? This helps you get more serious buyers and saves you time by not having to answer the same question over and over again. Keep the whole thing short and simple to understand so they can get all the information, but if it's too long, they aren't even going to read it. Also, never mention OBO, which stands for or best offer, meaning you're negotiable on the price. Even if you are, don't tell people unless they ask. And if they do, say not by much, but you could talk about it in person. I always see listings that say OBO, and it lets me know I can get the car for way cheaper. But a secret to getting more views on your listing is using keywords in your description. Not a big paragraph of words people might search for, but sprinkled throughout the listing. How the algorithm works is it'll show cars that have the word you search for. So if you say something like, this car is in great condition, when someone searches car, your listing will pop up before other car listings that don't have the word car in them. Also add in words like SUV, truck, or sedan, depending on what it is, plus the model and trim of your car. And mention that you have the clean title and the registration's up to date. These things aren't going to increase your car's price, but they do help as selling points and makes your listing stand out a little more from other listings. For the title, include the year, make, model, and trim level of it. Number 4, include a Carfax in the description. Telling the buyer you have a Carfax is going to improve the listing, showing you care about the car. At least enough to know about the history of it. Plus, most buyers are going to want to see the Carfax report before buying it anyways, and then they'll have to buy it. So they'd be much happier if you gave it to them. There's one big problem though. They're $45, but I get them for a cheaper price. So to help you out, I'll give you one for free. It's linked in the description. Number 5, post it, bro. It's time to post your car for sale. And once it's for sale, repost the listing every single day. Just recently, I got lazy and didn't repost the listing for 4 days. I wasn't really in a rush to sell it, so I didn't care. I then went back and reposted it, and within 30 minutes, I had a buyer for it. It's because listings that are days old can make buyers wonder why the car isn't sold, or if it has any issues that are causing people not to buy it. Plus, a new listing will be at the top of people's feeds, so when you keep posting it, it stays at the top, meaning more people are gonna see it. But if your car isn't selling in the time you want it to, you can lower the price or try taking a new set of photos. The same person that saw your first listing might skip over it if you just repost it again. But if the photos are different, they might click on it again, giving them a second chance to see your listing and potentially buying it. Your car should also be posted across multiple platforms like Facebook and Craigslist. On Craigslist, don't forget to add your phone number, email, and enable the chat, because the more ways they can contact you, the better. And the last step to getting the most for your car, step 5, is selling. If you're nice when answering messages, you'll actually get more money for the car. People choose who they buy from based on who they like more, and subconsciously will be more likely to pay the full price since they don't want to offend you because they like you. If they seem hesitant or can't meet up soon, let them know that other people are interested and it might not be around for long. This is going to do 2 things. It'll make them more likely to come and see your car sooner, and it'll convince them that the car's already a good deal since other people are wanting it, meaning they're going to be paying full price because if they don't, someone else will. Then when someone actually comes in person to see your car, be nice, show off the car, and be honest. When you're honest, it builds trust with them that you're not trying to hide something and that they're going to get what they see. They'll now have a small relationship with you and be happier to buy it. If they try to negotiate with you, depending on how they act, you can lower the price or not. Like, do they seem like they're gonna buy it from you even if you lower the price? Most times, I'll only discount the price a little bit, so they feel like they got a deal and got to negotiate with me, but I didn't really lose out on much. I'd much rather have a lower listing price to attract buyers and not negotiate as much with them than have a high price and lower the price a lot to negotiators. To make even more money on your next car, keep records of this car. Then you'll know where to spend less money and time. You can keep all the information free inside this free flip tracker that I made you. And all you do is add the numbers in it and I'll spit out all the important statistics you need to know, like profit and hourly rate. It's in the description for free, so check it out. Now, even with your car being worth a high price, you're gonna wanna know this one trick. So watch this video next to learn how you'll be able to use speed when flipping cars to make even more money on everyone. And as always, I'm wishing you a lucky day.